What if the next big Samsung phone isn't the Ultra or the Fold, but a budget phone that feels like a flagship? That's the idea behind Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S25 FE, and signs now point to its launch happening very soon. Here's everything we know about this phone that might just offer the best bang for your buck. Samsung's Fan Edition phones have always been about value, and now, after releasing the premium Galaxy S25 Edge, Samsung seems to be turning its focus to something more affordable. The Galaxy S25 FE is in the works, and recent updates show it's nearly ready to hit the market. How do we know? The phone's firmware just showed up in South Korea with the model number SMS731K. That's important because it confirms testing is now happening outside the US. Earlier, the US version, SMS731U, also surfaced online. This is a key sign that Samsung is preparing for a global launch, and it's not just any firmware. It's based on Android 16 paired with One UI 8, which could make the S25 FE one of the first Samsung phones to ship with this software. Now, Fan Edition phones aren't new. Samsung skipped a year in 2021, but since then, it's been bringing one out every year. And many fans still remember how well the Galaxy S20 FE 5G did. It was fast, feature-packed, and more affordable than most flagship phones. Samsung is likely aiming for that same success again with the S25 FE. Let's get into the expected specs. Inside, the Galaxy S25 FE is likely powered by the Exynos 2400 chip, which has already been spotted on the Geekbench test platform. This is the same processor found in higher-end Galaxy models, so it should offer solid speed for most people. Camera leaks show that the phone might come with a 50-megapixel main rear sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens, and an 8-megapixel telephoto camera. That's a strong setup for a phone that's meant to be cheaper than a Galaxy S25 Ultra. On the front, the S25 FE could include a 12-megapixel selfie camera, just like the Galaxy A56, so it should handle video calls and social media selfies just fine. The Fan Edition line is known for making smart compromises. You still get fast performance, a good screen, and capable cameras, but at a price that's easier on your wallet. And now that the firmware is expanding across countries, it looks like Samsung is finishing up the last steps before launch. If the company sticks to its normal schedule, the Galaxy S25 FE could arrive in the next few months. That means people looking for a new Android phone might want to wait just a little longer, especially if you're hoping to get flagship-like features without spending flagship-level money. Of course, Samsung hasn't officially confirmed the launch yet, but everything happening behind the scenes, from model numbers to regional firmware testing, points to a global release getting close. So, should you be excited? If you've ever wanted a Samsung phone that gives you solid performance, great software, and reliable cameras at a better price, this one's worth keeping an eye on. Make sure to hit the like button if this video helps you stay updated. And don't forget to subscribe for more Samsung leaks and honest phone coverage. In simple words, thanks for watching.
Have you ever wondered how small a chip has to get before things start to feel magical? Well, Apple might be about to answer that with something wild. A 2-nanometer chip. Yes, 2 nanometers. That's the rumor surrounding Apple's A20 chip. Expected to launch with the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max in 2026. And if what we're hearing is true, this could be the biggest upgrade Apple has made to its chips in years. But wait, we haven't even seen the iPhone 17 yet, right? That's true. The iPhone 17 is expected later this year, with the regular models possibly using the same chip as the iPhone 16. The Pro models, though, are expected to get something a bit more powerful, likely the A18 Pro built on a second-generation 3-nanometer process known as N3E. Then, the next step will be the A19 chip for the iPhone 17 Air, another new model in the lineup. This chip will still be based on a 3-nanometer process, but with improvements under a version called N3P. So, where does the A20 chip stand? Here's where things get exciting. According to analyst Jeff Pugh, Apple's A20 chip is expected to use the 2-nanometer process, which is being developed by TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. This new process is referred to as N2, and it's completely different from the current generation. What does that mean in simple words? The A20 chip could be 15% faster than the A19, while using 30% less power. That could translate to smoother performance and longer battery life, which is exactly what many iPhone users have been asking for. But there's more to it than just shrinking the chip. Apple is also said to be redesigning how the chip is built, using something called wafer-level multi-chip module, or WMCM. This new technique places the memory directly onto the chip wafer, right next to the CPU, GPU, and neural engine. That means data moves faster between them, and the chip runs cooler because the signals don't have to travel far, and that leads to even better battery life and performance. Everything's just working closer together more efficiently. So far, Apple hasn't confirmed anything, but this info isn't coming out of nowhere. It was first seen on Chinese social media, but now with Jeff Pugh's report, it's gaining more weight. To give you an idea of the timeline, the iPhone 18 Pro with this A20 chip is expected in 2026. That's still a bit far off, and before that, Apple will launch the iPhone 17 series. The most interesting model there might be the iPhone 17 Air, rumored to be a super thin phone that takes on Samsung's Galaxy S25 Edge. And speaking of Samsung, let's not forget they're about to launch the Galaxy Z Fold 7 in July. That phone will reportedly use the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, the same chip as in the Galaxy S25. There's also talk that Apple could introduce its first foldable phone around the time of the iPhone 18. A book-style foldable. Like the Galaxy Z Fold, with the new A20 chip would be a massive step forward for Apple. It's still early, but one thing's clear. If Apple really launches a 2-nanometer chip with redesigned packaging, the iPhone 18 Pro could be one of its most advanced phones ever, not just in speed, but in efficiency and battery life, which is something we all care about. What do you think? Would better battery life and cooler performance make you upgrade? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest Apple leaks and tech news. Is Samsung playing it too safe with the Galaxy Z Fold 7? That's what many fans are starting to ask after a new leaked photo of the upcoming foldable surfaced online. The image, which appeared on the Chinese platform Weibo, shows a device that looks strikingly similar to last year's Galaxy Z Fold 6. And naturally, that's left a lot of people wondering, what's really new this time? From what we can see in the leaked image, the Fold 7 doesn't offer a major visual shift. The camera layout, rear panel design, and overall shape seem nearly identical to its predecessor. While some users might appreciate this familiar look, others were clearly hoping for something more exciting,